The Philippines trade minister says his country will continue trade relations with the United States. The comments come a day after President Rodrigo Duterte was in China, announcing his country will sever ties with the United States. Washington has sought clarity after terming the remark baffling. Lopez says Duterte did not mean to include trade and investment between both countries. Dan Epstein joins us now from Beijing. Dan, what does Duterte mean by separation from the U.S.?
Well, this is the question that everybody wants an answer to, especially the White House, and they are sending their top diplomat to Manila over the weekend to seek clarification on this latest comment by Duterte. Now, previous comments could be written off as just a part of his colorful character, or maybe directed specifically to Obama because he's shortly leaving office. But this comment seemed very calculated, very planned, saying, I want separation from the United States, both economically and militarily. Now, as you mentioned, the trade minister shortly after that, or a few hours after that, downplayed it as saying that, no, we just want deeper economic integration with Asia. We are not turning our backs on the West. It's important also to note that Philippines in general is very pro-America, very pro-relationships and continuing a good relationship with America. America has a higher approval rating than China. So Duterte may face some opposition when he returns to the Philippines. Now, it's also interesting to note that Duterte received the full red carpet treatment when he was in China, something that President Obama didn't receive. So it really does feel like things are shaking up, and Duterte has said he might want to go and talk to Russia as well. Now, this is very concerning to America, who have a really good relationship with the Philippines. They have military cooperation with the Philippines. You could say that the Philippines, in a way, justifies military presence in the South China Sea. So the whole pivot towards Asia that Obama has been trying so hard to push for is now under question. The Philippines were also the single country in the South China Sea who were thought to be standing up to China. Now, this is cast into question. Many thought that the Philippines would rally more countries against China. This is clearly not happening. And if America wants to continue its freedom of navigation exercises in the South China Sea, it looks as if it may have to do that free of the blessing of the Philippines.
Dan, now why exactly is President Rodrigo Duterte so undiplomatic when it comes to the U.S.?
Well, in fact, experts here would say that he was, in fact, more stately, more dignified in this trip than ever before. It's really hard to try and fathom just why he's made such strong comments. And, you know, this time was fairly diplomatic. He said that I want separation. Before, he said some very harsh things that I'm not going to repeat here. But maybe he's trying to make his point clear, not necessarily about making enemies, because many other Filipinos and Filipino officials will tell you they don't want to make enemies with America. They want to show China that they are on the same page as China and can be dealt with as an independent country. They're not a puppet of America.
I see. Thank you very much for that, Dan Epstein.